Welcome back. In this clip, we are going to go ahead and cover foundation number 6. We have covered 5 foundations so far, and if you haven't already, I would encourage you to go back and listen to the other 5, because all of these foundations start with 1 and build on each other through 9. And if at any given time you feel like your health is declining, dysfunctioning, disconnecting, and you're not sure why, it's a really good idea to go back and check these 9 foundations and make sure that you're incorporating them in a fairly progressive sequence. So foundation 1 is proper hydration. Foundation 2 is adequate sleep. Foundation 3 is circadian rhythm sequencing. Foundation 4 is balanced microdense nutrition. There's 2 parts to that one. Foundation 5 is movement, motion, and activity. And foundation 6 that we're going to talk about today is rest, recovery, and recreation. So an idea or concept I want to introduce in today's video is that as you're building these foundations, there is also this concept that you can incorporate known as the art of clustering. I learned this when I am bedside nursing. I'm always learning to reprioritize what matters most in the moment right now. Not learning, I have learned to do this. Second nature at this point. But one of the things that you can do is, as you're building these foundations, some of them overlap into others. So rest, recovery, and recreation could actually be something that you do in the movement, motion, and activity space. It could be something that you do engage in activity you engage when we get to the soul care space, which is your mind and your emotions. But the whole idea of this foundation is that you engage behaviors that are true to your identity, so you can have your cup filled, so that you can be filled up, so that you can then go ahead and continue to operate and pour out to the people around you in ways that you were meant to. So lack of this foundation will look like things like burnout, fatigue, apathy, boredom, anxiety. A lot of those feelings happen when we are not doing the things that we're meant to do. And I understand that we don't always get to do all the things that we always want to do all the time, but it is very important at some level that you take time to engage the activities that make your heart sing. For some people, this could look like mountain biking. Adventuring is probably the behavior that drives a lot of the more aggressive sports. For some people, it can look like gardening. For some people, it can look like reading, listening to a song, journaling, arts and crafts. It's wherever you find your space to be creative and to engage who you were meant to be, who you're created to be. So this is a huge foundation for identity and learning about having increased awareness about who you are, how you are, and how you're meant to interact with the world. We don't get to always explore this 100% of the time. It is very important that we set aside time to do this work, so that as you continue to learn about belief systems and things that drive your behavior, so parts of your consciousness, your mind and your emotions, the tangible and the intangible, that it all comes together in a connected fashion. So I would ask you, what activities or behaviors or things are you doing, setting aside time for, where you can be you, where you can do the things that make your heart sing? I would say that does not include scrolling on Instagram, does not include watching TV. It does include you engaging your creative gifts, whatever they are for you, and those spaces often actually suck those gifts dry versus fill into those gifts. Maybe if we do engage those other activities in meaningful ways or for shorter periods of time, they could give us inspiration. There's that. But prolonged periods of time is usually more of a sign of boredom or anxiety, or ignoring the things that we actually need to be doing to become who we need to become. Let me know what you think. This, again, this foundation is foundation number 6, rest, recovery, and recreation. You're recreating yourself, as one of my mentors said. Hope you have a great day. Catch you on foundation 7.